Have you ever been there? You're trying to buy that hot new crypto token, you click swap, and boom, nothing but a frustrating error message. Well, if you've been pulling your hair out over failed transactions, you've come to the right place. We're going to solve that problem for you, right now.
You see the token you want, right? You've got the funds all ready to go. You hit that button, and you get that dreaded transaction failed pop-up. Ugh! It is a super common and incredibly annoying issue, especially when you're trying to get in on a token that's moving fast. So what is actually going on behind the scenes?
Okay, let's get right into it and unpack the most common reason your trade is failing. It almost always comes down to this one core crypto concept called slippage.
So, before we can even think about fixing the problem, we really need to understand the mechanics of it. Let's break down what slippage actually is.
To put it simply, slippage is just the gap between the price you saw when you clicked buy and the final price you actually end up paying. You got to remember, in the crypto market, prices can change in the blink of an eye. Literally. In the milliseconds it takes for your transaction to go through. That little price movement, that's the root of slippage.
Let's use an example. Imagine you want to buy a token, and it's priced at exactly $1. But by the time your order actually processes, the price is ticked up to $1.02. That 2-cent difference? Yep, that's slippage.
In that scenario, the price slipped by 2 cents on the dollar, which means you experienced 2% slippage. It really is as simple as that.
Okay, so to handle this, decentralized exchanges, DEXs, they ask you to set something called a slippage tolerance. This is basically you telling the system, hey, I'm okay with the price changing up to this specific percentage. Now, if you set it too low, let's say at 1%, but the price moves by 2%, well, the DEX will automatically cancel the trade. It does this to protect you from paying way more than you expected. And that right there is often why your transaction fails.
But here is where it gets interesting. What if your trade is failing, even when the market seems totally stable? This is where a lot of people get stuck, because for certain tokens, there's a whole other factor at play that looks like slippage, but it's not.
So let's get to the real culprit. The actual reason your trade for a token like, say, BNB Tiger OG might be failing over and over again. It's not some random market swing. It's a feature that's been deliberately built right into the token's code.
We're going to use a token called BNB Tiger OG as our case study here. And like a lot of newer tokens out there, it has a special mechanism that's designed to support its ecosystem. This little mechanism, it's the key to understanding all those transaction errors. And here it is, the aha moment. This token has a built-in 9% tax on every single buy and sell transaction. Let me say that again. This is not market slippage. It's a fee that is hard-coded right into the contract.
So, what does that tax actually do? Well, when you place a buy order, you don't receive 100% of the tokens you are expecting. Because of that 9% tax, you only end up getting 91% of them. The other 9% goes to the tax.
And here's the crucial point. The exchange's system, the computer, it doesn't know this is a tax. All it sees is a massive 9% difference between what you should have gotten and what you actually got. It just assumes this is insane extreme slippage, and to protect you, it automatically cancels the trade. And that's it. That's your failed transaction.
So, now that we understand exactly why the trade is failing, the fix is actually incredibly simple. You just need to tell the exchange that you're aware of that 9% difference and you want to proceed anyway. Here's exactly how you do it.
On a platform like PancakeSwap, the process is really straightforward. You just open the swap window, you pick your tokens, and then you click that little gear icon for the settings. In the slippage tolerance box, instead of using the default, you just manually type in 9% or, maybe 10% just to be safe. Close it, and your swap should go right through without a hitch.
This is the one thing you absolutely need to remember. For any token that has a tax built into it, your slippage tolerance setting must be at least as high as that tax percentage. That's the golden rule. That's how you make these trades work.
All right, before we wrap this up, let's quickly cover a few final pro tips. These will help make sure you're prepared for any other little hiccups you might run into. So, if your trade still fails even at 9%, it could be because there's a tiny bit of actual market slippage happening on top of the tax. So try bumping it up to 10% or even 11%. Also, and this is a big one, always remember to keep a few extra dollars of BNB in your wallet to cover the network's gas fees. And maybe most importantly, always copy the token's official contract address from a trusted source like CoinGecko or the official website to avoid buying a fake, scam version of the coin.
So what you should take away from all this can be boiled down to one simple phrase: set your slippage to match the tax. The next time a trade fails, don't just get frustrated. Ask yourself, hey, does this token have a tax?
By understanding these hidden mechanics of slippage and token taxes, you're not just guessing anymore, you're trading a whole lot smarter.